been at this several years, and the advantage to that is we know what we're doing, and luckily the market is paying very close attention now, which is very exciting. The premise of the company was in a way quite simple, which was that there would come a time in an industry that got hyper-focused on audience and eyeballs and finding the right human, that context would matter again someday, right? That major brands who are using YouTube to extend their television dollars would someday care again about where their ad is appearing, in what context, against which videos. You know, there's over 300 million videos on YouTube with ad opportunities. So our whole mission in life became, how do we create an analytics system leveraging all of the ingested metadata from every scrap of videos that have ad opportunities on them over the past several years, and create an analytics system that helps those brands create, number one, first and foremost, a safe version of YouTube for their brand, but incremental to that, a more tailored version of YouTube that really maps against what their brand objectives are and who they're trying to reach. We are participating in the YouTube measurement program, which is a certification program, and as we understand it, we're one of a handful of companies that are long on that. So we do have a very close partnership, very valued partnership with Google and with YouTube, and are active participants in making sure that we are leveraging the data that they make available to us via API in all the correct and approved ways. So, so that's what the relationship with YouTube and with Google is like. The way we work with agencies is it's a simple way that you apply other data sets. So we're either doing a CPM upcharge or a percent of media is most common on the buy. So pretty easy to engage with us. We have an amazing partnership with GroupM that we announced back in April. It's a global engagement, and I have to say, now being firsthand involved with those clients and those teams, it's truly a partnership. They are, to their credit, got ahead of things after the news broke back in March about some of the brands pulling out of YouTube, and signed a very large agreement with us to leverage our data across all of their brands and agencies, but most particular, the ones that are taking the most advantage of us so far are the ones that are most concerned about where their brands show up on YouTube, which are some of the largest advertisers in the world. So it's an amazing partnership. We're thrilled to be helping them, and as you might imagine, it's not exclusive. We're talking to a number of the other holding companies in similar fashion. So we're lucky to be increasingly a place where, or a company where why would you ever run on YouTube if you weren't using OpenSlate data to make sure you're in the right environment? Based on what I've heard with regard to the YouTube environment and advertisers and brands wanting to take advantage of it, I mean, it's to their advantage to take advantage of YouTube. That's redundant, but it works out well for them because they, as we all know, the premium video market is, especially in the digital space, is very scarce, right? There's not a lot of scale there. And so for major TV advertisers, major brand advertisers, to be able to leverage the scale that is available in YouTube is important for them to be able to extend those dollars. So I think they see that as a huge opportunity, and what we provide them is the confidence to be able to leverage that scale and to really dive into YouTube in a way that's great for their brands and great for the agency as well. The concerns are obvious, I think, which is they just want to make sure they're doing it in a way that's complementary to the brands they're representing, and that the content is appropriate for those audiences. Of course, we think context is everything. That's the premise of our business. So how we interpret that is we ingest all available metadata surrounding a given video on YouTube, and we're using that and ingesting information about the categories, engagement, language, etc., and understanding everything we can about the context of that video. We do offer, I mean, AdWords and Google offer the opportunity to add additional targeting on top of that, whether it's geo or audience. But our mission is always to make sure that we're providing a real clear focus on context and the relevance of that video to the brand. To us, it's all about making sure that the video that your brand is appearing against is one where your brand would choose to appear, right? So if you're a cosmetics company, we want to be aligning you with most likely female appropriate content, beauty, skincare, etc., lots of how-to videos, things like that, and we maybe wouldn't want to necessarily align you with stuff that's completely irrelevant, like Minecraft videos and how to play Minecraft. There may be some of that, maybe that makes sense, but it's really about understanding all of the information available to us around the video and placing your brand in the areas that are most relevant to them. We're about 50 people, but we're operating in about 20 countries now because Our technology is applied to any YouTube videos that are in English, so that can be leveraged in any country you're coming from. So 20 countries, 50 people, and growing by the day, growing every minute.